guys, welcome back for another video. So for this video, we are starting from scratch. We are making a brand new center build, the best center build that is available on NBA2K21 to date. And I'm super excited because there's so many different builds that you can honestly do. You can have a center, you can have a power forward, but there's only one person that I trust who will actually help me on making the best build, the best big guy to just dominate in park, and that's Pedro Mclovin. I've always admired the way that he is able to make it look easy. He's always been the core of our park gameplay games, as you guys have seen in past videos on my channel and his channel as well. Make sure to subscribe to him. But I had to ask him what is the best center build, because he's just amazing. He can play honestly any position, and he's really been having a lot of fun as a sharpshooter. So I want to be able to find a big guy build that complements his play style, so we can just kind of tear it up in park. Plus, there's not a lot of girls who play as a center, so I really want to just go with the same build that I've done in the past, which is just being a sharpshooter or sharpshooting facilitator. I really want to learn how to be a big guy. As I mentioned before, centers honestly have it the hardest. Like, if you don't have a good center on your team is trash. I don't care what anyone says. Your shooters can be amazing, but if you don't have someone to dominate the paint, to get those second chance points, to get those boards, like, your team's gonna fall apart. So with that being said, let's get into this build. Alrighty guys, so with this build, from what I was told, power forward positions and builds are way better than center builds on 2K21. Not only is the speed amazing, but the vertical is way better than as a power forward compared to a center. And those are definitely key factors that you want in a big guy that's going to be able to dominate the paint. So we are going to be making a power forward, and he's going to be right-handed, and of course the jersey number has to be my favorite number, which is 8. Alright, so this is where we kind of get into the nitty-gritty part of it. So obviously defense and rebound are going to be the main keys, and then we'll kind of go from there. So it's this build?
See here, the rebounding, crazy, right? 93s. But also, if you look at the driving dunk, that's already an 83. Now, if you go up, there's also another good one. Go up. It's like red and blue is a 2. Go down. So you see 88 driving dunk, which is better, and then you put it on an 83. So you're not getting a whole lot better here, but you're dropping quite a bit here. So that's why the bottom one's better.
Okay, that makes sense for why the finishing for this particular build, you do lose the rebounding aspect of it. You gain the dunk, but for the type of build that I want, honestly, dunking is going to come secondary compared to having good rebound abilities. Alright, so we're going to do this build, and the standing dunk, as you can see, and driving dunk are still at an 83, so they're still like really good. Alright, so now onto the physical profile.
So we're going to look at a couple things. We got speed, vertical, and strength. So it's really going to be dependent on what you want to do. You have the inside game, which is if you want to power the inside, you want to put your strength up. But if you want to be fast and have a higher vertical, those are the options as well.
And so having the higher vertical is mainly if you are going to be doing a lot more dunking or
rebounds too.
Or rebounds. So I would need to have a good vertical because I like I said, I want to focus on getting boards.
Yes. Now, if you do this, your strength and vertical is awesome, but now you're slow. So you're going to be trailing behind and not be able to get on the fast break. So if I was going to choose one, I would go to the very top one, because your strength now is lower, but your speed is higher, and your vertical is still high.
So why would you say this build, 75, 72, 64, compared to this build?
So it's really going to be when you get into the next screens. Once you go through and you put all your attributes up, then you're going to put your weight is going to go down and your speed is going to skyrocket up.
Okay.
So go up to the top one again.
So what would this one be if it's good vertical, good strength, but you're not as slow, but
you're definitely slower though, but yeah, so it's not bad. It's really just picking and choosing. Like I said, I personally wanted the most speed I could get along with getting vertical along with that, but I wanted to be as fast as I possibly could be.
Okay.
That was a big thing for me. So it's really going to be dependent on what you want to do.
Well, I want to be able to be I've seen big guys that are slow and it just looks bad. But I want to be able to, I don't want to get pushed around, but at the same time, I want to be able to get down the court a lot faster, like what you were saying with speed, and being able to have a good vertical to get the rebounds, because like I said, that's my biggest thing, is just rebounding and potentially doing driving dunks. If you're going to be doing driving, you have to have good speed anyways. So what about this?
So the good thing about this is you can go through and you can take a look at it and test it, and then go back and change it if you want a different profile.
No, I think I'm gonna go with, because the only other thing I can think of is either this one, which is a higher vertical, or this one. So this is 75, 64, 72, 72, 64, 84. So
sure.
What's the and this might sound dumb, but what, like, having a higher vertical, how does that benefit you?
So if you don't box out somebody when you're going for a rebound, then you're able to jump up and grab the ball before they are. So it's a faster and higher jump. But that also comes into play when you're looking at blocking a shot. So if you're running in to block a shot, you're going to jump higher to hit the ball. So it works on defense and on rebounding, which is both offense and defense. Vertical is very important when it comes to a big guy. Especially when you're being a power forward, and once we start taking a look at height, you'll notice that vertical is going to become really important, especially if you are power forward and you're below, 6'10", which is probably what you want to be.
So here's my question: Is it worth sacrificing 3 in speed, 3 in acceleration to gain, what is that, 12 in vertical?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So that makes sense why I would want to. Okay. And for the type of build that I want to do, this is probably a little bit more ideal.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And the speed's not bad, the acceleration's not bad, the strength is consistent on both of them.
This is
but
all
this
the base too, because it's all gonna change with your build as you build them.
Yeah.
And you'll see later on once you get through the attributes.
Okay. So I'm gonna do that because I want to be able to have that vertical that will, like you said, it will help with rebounds on both offense and the defensive end. It will also help with dunking and blocking. So that's kind of like, I feel like because it's such a huge learning curve for me that I need to have, I guess, like a little bit of an advantage, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna go straight down to defense and rebounding. So we first want to max these out, correct?
We can hold RT.
Why do I hold RT? Oh, because it accelerates it? Oh my god. Well, that's awkward. Okay, and then...
Steals, you want to get up to 30 defensive edge.
Okay.
So your inside and interior defense is extremely important as well. Okay, and then, I would max out defense altogether because you're going to put 0 into shooting.
Okay. That's so hard for me.
I know. You're not going to shoot
that's
at
so hard.
So then you want to do your finishing.
Okay.
So close shot, driving layup, and driving dunk, standing dunk. Those are the ones you really want to focus on. Hooks this year aren't OP, so I wouldn't worry.
Okay.
Unless you're looking to add a couple badges. So then I would go down to the playmaking and put up pass accuracy and ball handle. And then we have 17 left, so I would add a few to post moves. Keep going and see if you can't get a 4th badge. Okay, and then I would go up and So this is where I start testing. So then I would go to the post hook and see if 6 points would add an extra badge.
No.
So it doesn't. So then I would go down, and then what I would also do is start taking a look at some of these areas that maybe you can grab a couple points from and kind of mess around so you don't mess any badges up. So
yeah.
Like perimeter defense, you could probably go down, say, I would probably go all the way down until you see where it hits 29 defensive badges. It does it all.
It doesn't.
Okay, perfect. So what you can do then is go up to your post hook and add until you get a 17th badge. You got that option. Or take all those out and go back down to 16, go down to the post moves and add another playmaking badge.
So what are the... God, I feel so dumb asking these questions. It's just because it's so different than what I'm used to. I'm just used to just shooting badges. So, for your ideal, for the best center build, what is better to have? That additional finishing badge or that additional playmaking?
So it depends on what kind of build you want. So for my power forward, having I have 6 playmaking badges, which are very important because I have unpluckable on gold, which makes it harder to get the ball ripped, especially after you grab a rebound. People have a very big tendency to hit X right away to try to steal the ball. But I also have quick first step on gold, which gives me the ability to be on the perimeter, get the pass, and drive in and do contact dunks very easily. That's something that I look at. So quick first step is very important for my build, but it also helps when I get the ball from a rebound, I can then cut out off the rebound and dribble the ball down the court when we're playing threes, right? So that's important as well. So
if I want to dunk on their faces, I need another finishing badge. But if I wanted to be more like pretty much securing the rebounds a lot better, and then I need playmaking.
Yeah, you can. If you take a look at 4 badges, that's 4 bronze badges, 2 silvers, or 1 gold. So that's how you want to look at it. So whatever badge that you want to get. So if you want to get, say, just unpluckable, you're like, that's all that I need. Then having 3 badges is perfect. You can go down and get 3 badges and keep all the points.
Oh, because every badge that you use, like every
tier of badge is 1.
Okay.
So if you'd rather have extra finishing badges, so if you want to get,
so technically right now I could have up to 4, what is it, like Hall of Fame? What's the highest one?
That's on defensive, so you'd have Hall of Fame, yeah.
Okay.
On defense. You have to have a certain amount of badges
in order to unlock it.
Get Hall of Fame. So right now you'd have Hall of Fame defense.
So then the second highest is gold.
Gold, yes.
So then right now with finishing, I would be able to have
5 golds.
Because it's 15.
Yeah, and then you have an extra bronze. Or
you can have two silvers.
So.
Okay, and so playmaking right now, the most I can have is like one gold and then a bronze or 2 silvers.
Yeah.
So
as a big guy, unpluckable is probably the main one that you have to have.
Okay, so there's not really a lot of playmaking badges that, besides unpluckable, that makes a huge difference.
For this type of build, no. There's other ones that are like drop stepper and things like that you'd want to have, but that's not your type of build.
Okay. So then I'm better off putting that onto shooting. Got it! No?
You will not get a shooting badge with 30 points. And you really
don't know?
You really don't. You won't get more than 1 shooting badge, and there's nothing that you really
so
need.
We'll put them in post hook. See if I can get 18.
Okay.
Is that good?
Absolutely. And you can go down to post moves and take the points off of there, because you're not really going to do any post moves.
But it drops me.
Yeah, I would take it down.
Oh, because I can only have a gold anyways.
Yes, I would take it down. And then see if you get to 2 badges, so go back up to 3. And then I would take that and I would probably put that in perimeter defense.
Okay.
Not for a badge, but just
for stats.
Up that, because if you play park and you guard a shooting guard or point guard, you want to be able to play him on the perimeter.
Okay. And especially if I need to switch with anyone or like just the chaoticness of park.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 60 is not amazing when it comes to perimeter defense, but it's honestly not that bad either. So now you have 18 finishing badges, 1 shooting, 3 playmaking, 30 defensive and rebound.
Okay.
So you'll have more than enough on defensive rebound. You'll be wondering what to put them in.
good. I want to wonder. All right, body shape. Which was the one you did? Slight?
I did slight. I did the smallest one because I thought it was funny.
All right, so burly, no. Built, probably yes. I don't want him look skinny. Solid, no. Defined. Yeah, definitely not burly. So we'll probably do built. Does the body shape really factor into anything?
No, it's just cosmetics.
Okay, so height-wise?
So here's a big thing. So what I would say first is when you do your height, you're going to notice two areas that change. You have your attributes and then your physicals. So go up to 6'10", and you'll notice right away. First, your speed and acceleration went down, so did your vertical. Okay? That immediately went down. But look at your attribute change off of just going to 6'10".
Yeah.
Your ball handling went down, your pass accuracy went down, but also look at your perimeter defense and lateral quickness. Those went down significantly, right? Mm-hmm. So did your driving dunk and your driving layup.
So ideally, I don't want him that tall.
You also will be able to get blocks and rebounds better.
Yeah, but it's not a huge difference. I feel like
here's the change, I will say. Go down to 6'8". Look at your speed and acceleration.
Oh, hell no.
So you went up to 78, and then you went to 76 acceleration and 89 vertical.
Yeah, that's good and all, but
yes, and I will
does
show
that
you.
compensate for... Can I finish my sentence? Dang! I was asking, like, since the vertical is higher, does that compensate for the points that I'm losing for block, offensive rebound, and defensive rebound?
Yeah, so here's the key, though, that you're not considering is the next physical attribute that you're going to change.
Is the wingspan.
Yes. So... here you're getting a better driving layup, a better driving dunk. It's not by much, but your ball handling and your pass accuracy go up significantly, which is big for when you're grabbing rebounds and doing outlet passes. Okay. Also, if you look at your perimeter defense, you're up to a 66 now when you were only at a 60. Mm-hmm. Your lateral quickness is up significantly, and your steal, which is huge when you're playing park, went up because those when you're doing the interceptor passes, those are big. So your speed's up, your acceleration's up, and your vertical's up. The main thing that you're worried about, you'll be able to compensate for, not as much as 8, 7, and 5, but you'll be able to compensate for it on the next metric.
Okay, so I should do 6'8"?
I would go with 6'8".
Okay. Does the weight play a factor?
Yeah, so if you take a look at your speed, strength, and acceleration, if you go down, you're now over an 80 for a big guy. If you go all the way up, you're getting some strength, but you're also going to be significantly slower.
Yeah.
And if you're looking at your lateral quickness and your perimeter defense, right, that is also going to be affected. So, what I have noticed as a big guy is strength is not important.
Really?
Strength does not play a factor over badges. So if you get a box out badge, a guy with 75 strength isn't going to push you around. That's
weird, though.
Yes.
Why isn't that playing a factor in it?
Because 2K didn't put that in as an algorithm. So I would say I would rather be over 80 speed, have better perimeter defense and lateral quickness, than I would wanting just to up my strength a little bit. Because if you go down to the lowest weight, you'll also notice that these finishing badges go up.
Yeah, but it's not by much compared to the interior defense going down so much. Like, I feel like ideally, like taking into account what you're saying, I would try to get as much right before the speed drops below 80, so probably 60 strength. But I noticed that if I have it, where is it? Here, I still get an extra boost, so to say, on speed. Speed is almost at an 80. It's at a 79. My strength's only dropped down by 1. And I get an extra point in driving dunk without losing anything on my other.
Yeah, absolutely. If that's the kind of thing that you want to worry about, go for it.
Well, that's kind of taking what you're saying is, like, I'm gaining 1 extra speed. Pretty much I'm swapping out 1 speed stat for a strength stat. And so I'm getting more of a speed. I'm losing only 1 bit of, I'm going down by 1 for strength, but I'm gaining in driving dunk. So that puts it at a solid 85, which is what I want to be able to do as well. So 229, does that make sense why I would go with that?
For what you're saying, sure, it makes sense.
Is that what I should do to get the build that I want?
Well, first off, I'm not sure of the build that you actually want, but I think that it is important to look at all the metrics when you change the weight drastically from one end to the other, and what are you gaining and what are you losing.
But
I think that's important. So do you remember what you gained from going high weight?
High weight, you gain strength.
And what else?
And then you gain playmaking, ball handling, and pass accuracy.
Show me real quick.
I thought it was. Wasn't it? No?
Remember, 229 is your thing.
229 is my thing.
That was your weight that you were at.
Oh, you gain interior defense.
So you lose speed, you lose acceleration, you gain strength, interior defense, but you lose perimeter defense and lateral quickness.
And then driving.
You lose the driving stuff. Now go all the way down to the other end. So you gain speed, you gain acceleration, you lose strength, you lose interior defense, you gain perimeter defense, lateral quickness, driving layup, and driving dunk. So what is the most important things when it comes to defense, especially in park?
Interior defense?
How many people in park are posting up doing interior plays?
So perimeter is more important at park?
So perimeter is important because you're going to be able to switch on players. So if there's screens, you can be able to pick up a guard and at least hedge enough to have a guard get back and play defense on them. You're also going to be able to get to people quicker if you're holding LT defense, which is something that you tend to do quite a bit. That's where the lateral quickness comes into play.
But here's my question. Is it worth it? Like losing that much strength, right? And I know you're saying that strength doesn't play a huge factor in it, but is it worth losing that much interior defense for it to drop down from almost being at an 80 to dropping down to a 71 just to gain that one in perimeter?
Well, you're not only gaining the one.
I know, but I'm saying like just looking at that because that's what you're saying for park games that's what plays.
I would say 100% it is because one, you're still at a 71 interior defense. So you're going to be able to guard anyone on the inside. Right? There may be a 7'1", 300-pound center that comes in and only does post moves, and you're going to get back down. But what's going to happen on the other end is you're going to be able to move quicker, set better screens because you can get in position quicker. You're going to be able to get more rebounds because you can jump higher and you're faster to get in position for the rebounds, which is also going to be more effective if we ever play in a rec game as well. You're going to be extremely more effective because you're going to be faster. You can guard more versatile players on the outside, but you're also going to be better on offense because of the driving dunk and the driving layup.
What about that?
It's not as good, but it's better than
the only difference, though, is the driving, layup, and dunk, it's only +1 instead of +2. Mm-hmm. The lateral quickness is a +2 instead of a +3. Mm-hmm. And my speed is at an 81 instead of, I believe, like an 82. And then acceleration's at a 78 compared to an 80. Yes. But my interior defense isn't as low as it was before, and I'm still getting the perks of it. My strength, I know you say it doesn't play a factor, but like I said, I don't know. I really don't know. But from my perspective, I feel like this would probably be a better compromise.
Sure, absolutely. You can definitely go with that.
Am I going to get my ass handed to me in park?
No, you're just not going to have as many advantages.
See, but that's what I want because I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
I
think this will be an extremely effective player. You will be able to dominate a lot once you learn the position. You won't get overpowered by other players. And once you learn the mechanics of a center, this player will be extremely effective.
So I have the A-OK to do this?
You have the A-OK to build any player you want to.
No! Don't say that. I'm trying to build the best center, well, it's not a center, it's power forward, but the best big man being controlled by a woman, but the best big man to complement your play style. This will be
a very, very good player, yes.
Okay. But it's not what you want.
It's not the build that I did. And I thought the build that I did was the best player I could have built.
But do you think this kind of suits me a little bit more so.
Absolutely. That's why I let you sacrifice the playmaking badges for the finishing badges.
All right. So this is our build?
Yep.
All right, wingspan.
Now, if you take a look at the block, offensive, and rebound, once you go up in wingspan, you will notice...
Holy shit.
You're back up over a 90. You also notice your standing dunk and your driving dunk, your close shot,
Holy
and your
standing
went up significantly.
But is it proportion to his body?
100%.
Okay.
So if you take a look at the
why would anyone do that?
That's really good for shooting.
Oh, I see.
So when you're a shooter, you put it down to the lowest wingspan, and you can it gives you the plus.
So can I just do his wingspan at max?
That's what you should do.
Okay, yeah, that's what I want to do.
Your steal also goes up as well to almost a 90, which is really good.
Yes.
So if you would have kept the weight all the way down, you would be at an 89 driving dunk, almost a 90.
But that's an 88. It's not that bad.
Not at all. It's gonna be amazing.
The standing dunk, especially, I'll be ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have too much fun with this. Okay, so that's it.
That is it, and then you need to choose your badge: glass cleaner or rim protector.
Glass cleaners receive the ability to read, miss shots, win more box out battles, secure more boards, and finish putbacks more consistently. Rim protectors get strong shot contest boosts and an arsenal of exclusive blocks that allows them to anchor the defense. I've actually seen Pedro play with the glass cleaner takeover, and the fact that he's able to tell his teammates, especially me, when our shots were off was key. So I'm definitely going to do a glass cleaner takeover. Thoughts, sir?
I did a rim protector because you get it more often in a game than glass cleaner. Because you get the rim protector takeover boost for good defense, whether it's a block or a steal or just them missing a shot. Your rim protector takeover goes up quicker, so you can get it more times in a game. But in 2K20, I had the glass cleaner badge, and it was crazy amazing, and I really loved it. So I think you cannot lose with the pick here.
So it's a win-win either way. So it's just personal preference.
Yes.
So
I just tried something different this year.
Yeah. So I obviously you're not a developer for 2K, but why do you think that you get rim protector more than glass cleaner?
Because you get rewarded for certain things when it comes to the takeovers, the different takeovers. So glass cleaner, you're going to get rewarded for grabbing rebounds. So if you're able to grab a significant amount of rebounds in a game, your takeover is going to go up quicker. Is a rim protector is defense, right? So you get your takeover going up for just defense, whether that's good on-ball defense, you contesting a shot, them missing a shot, you blocking it, you stealing it, all that goes up for the rim protector. With the glass cleaner, you do get boost for those, but it's smaller than the rim protector. So the glass cleaner is really about rebounding.
Okay.
So for you, I would say glass cleaner is probably the way you should go.
Okay. That's what I was leaning toward, because I feel like that's gonna be more of what I'm like. Literally, I'm gonna be trying. My goal pretty much is to get way better defensively and to gain a higher IQ for 2K in general. But yeah, okay. So that's what I was leaning toward as well.
Mm-hmm.
Are we ready, sir?
Yes. Let's see who you compare to.
Ooh. Oh my goodness, shades of Dennis Rodman, Giannis, and Anthony Davis. I mean, that's fucking fantabulous. So we made a glass cleaning finisher. That is the build I wanted, because I saw Pedro play as a glass cleaning finisher, and ever since I saw how he played and how he was able to dominate, that to me, and like I've played with other centers before, other big guys, and I don't know, there's something sweet about a glass cleaning finisher that, yeah. Alright guys, so we have made a glass cleaning finisher. As I mentioned, this is going to be our primary build. We are going to be doing the whole storyline. I'm not going to skip any cutscenes because I want to be able to take you guys along this journey with me, because this is my first time making a center on NBA 2K, period. There's not a lot of girls who play as center builds, so I'm super excited to learn and continue to grow with 2K and to gain a higher IQ, honestly, because my team only does so much because you're so busy touching on all the different positions. But being able to really like understand and learn the position of a power forward / center, because that's kind of what I'm looking at this build as, and then getting to the point where, you know, I might just be able to take him over to my team before, you know, next gen happens, and that way at least this build is able to transfer with me. From what I was told, my team transfers over to next gen, but your current builds do not. So if I'm able to take the time, energy, and effort and invest in this build, then at least I'll be able to reap the benefits of it by transferring him to my team roster. So technically he will transfer over, and yeah, because I really don't have a good power forward, so if I can really rank him up and get him at a very good overall, I will be very happy. But thank you so much to Pedro for helping me get the build that I want. I'm so excited to get started. And if you guys haven't, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit that bell to be notified for when the next video goes live, because trust me, there's going to be lots of content, especially as I want to be able to kind of look back and see, like, this is where I started, and really just kind of see how much I grow in this position, and just creating all these wonderful memories and highlights and clippable moments, so to say, as we go about this 2K journey with my first center build. So excited. And then, you know, be able to get some boards for Pedro and stuff like that. And, you know, like I said, I have only played as a sharpshooter or a sharpshooting finisher. Well, no, I'm not a sharpshooting finisher, sorry, a slashing. What is it? A sharpshooting facilitator. There it is. And I've never done a center, and it's always been my goal to challenge and push myself, and I'm excited to kind of make a mess of myself and make a fool of myself, but, and, you know, stumble and pick myself back up and keep going. But, you know, it's never too late to try a new build, for sure. But if you guys also haven't, make sure to subscribe to Pedro's channel. There's going to be content on his channel as well. And I'll see you guys next time.